What's up, guys? This is an amazing scheme that really gets the whole offense involved, including the tight end, the running back, the receivers. So I can't wait to get into it. Let's go. So we're in the 49ers playbook, guys, and the first play we're going to go over is HB wheel in the gun split close formation. You'll be able to see right off the bat that this is a man beating concept, but could also beat zone. There's just so many cutting routes, and I'll show you that right now. Just this play base could beat man coverage easily, and there you go. You saw that dig route open, and there's a couple other routes open, and I'll show you that right now in an instant replay. Like this corner route, and something I do want to show you about this corner route. You can see that it's open, but you also see that there's a back safety over the top of this wide receiver. Now, you don't necessarily want to throw this deep. Like this right now, the way the wide receiver is running, if you were to throw this over here, that's a pick. You're throwing it to the safety. So what you want to do, obviously, is throw it away from the defenders. You either want a completion or an incomplete pass. So you want to free-form passes, and I see a lot of people struggling with this. You know this guy's open, you know you can get it to him, but you struggle on actually executing the pass. So what you want to do is hold LT and then hold the left stick to the right and try to make it more of a flat route instead of kind of the steep corner route when there's a safety over the top. Because now you're throwing it away from that corner and this safety, and your goal is to throw it into this area. And I'll try to show you that right now. So we see he's gonna beat him there, and then we throw it into the flat area, boom, can't guard it. And right now we're facing cover 2 man. So this post route as well could also be open because what exploits cover 2 man, and it's the middle deep of the field. So you see, if you pass lead this right around here, this could be an easy touchdown. You just want to throw it away from this safety, just like we did with the other route, and that's an easy touchdown. Again, we also have that dig, and potentially you still have this route by Christian McCaffrey, this wheel route, open. But what are some other plays or other ways you can run this to capitalize and mix things up for your opponent? Well, one thing I do, especially against the blitz, I like to block R1, put O on a slant, put triangle down and motion him to the slot receiver, and put him on a slant. So now I have 2 crossing routes, I have a post route and a corner route, and against man defense, this is insanely hard to guard because you've got the 2 crossing routes, and it's also tough because it's very hard as a user to guard the corner route or even the post route. So there's too many things going on for the user. So here I'm going to hit one of my slant routes, boom, wide open. And if your opponent doesn't substitute in free safeties and strong safeties in the linebacker position, then they're going to struggle against this type of scheme. So you'll see that these crossing routes, both of them were wide open, even this post route by Deebo Samuel. One other thing I want you to know, so if you're trying to get the ball out of your hands quick in this type of play, you might throw a pick because there's a guy in the middle. But the reason there's a guy, this zone guy is in the middle of the field right here, is because we're blocking this running back. So when the guy is manned up on a running back and you decide to block the running back, that guy that was manned on him is now turned into his zone. So one thing we can do to counter that, let's get this play set up. You can simply just leave the R1 route there, just default like that. And now you'll be able to hit a quick slant route right in the middle for easy yardage. But let's go to the gameplay to show you what it's like in an online game. So in this play, I motioned McCaffrey to the slot, then I put him on a slant. And this opponent played a lot of man, so I was guessing that he was going to be in a man defense, and he backed up his secondary, and he did that a lot, I guess just because he didn't want to give up the deep ball. Something that I don't recommend too much because you'll see that the underneath routes will be there a lot, and you're going to see that in this play. But here I put both O and triangle on a slant for the 2 crossing routes. You can see it's a man defense, and then a natural pick formulates, and I'll show you that in a second. So what I want you to watch here is the O receiver and the X receiver, Ayuk and Kittle, and you can see that because he backed up his defense, his corner runs into that corner route by X, by Kittle, and that creates a natural pick, and that leaves O wide open, and even triangle had a step on the corner. Leads to a big pass down the field. So in this play, I was backed up towards the end zone, and it looked like to me that the defense was going to blitz. But he did back up his secondary again, which I advise you not to do because, well, you'll see why. But because I knew he was going to blitz, I wanted to get the ball out quick. So I put O on a slant, and I told myself that was my only read, really, unless I had time in the pocket. But that was my read. If he was open quick, that's who I was going to give it to. But notice that I didn't block the running backs because I didn't want the linebackers who were manned up with them to turn into a zone and kind of clog up the middle of the field. So I made them go on routes, and you'll see that I made triangle go on an out route, and then I snapped the ball. And you can see that they are blitzing. They're bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And you can see because of the coverage, that slant route, wide open, hit him for a big gain and a huge run after the catch. The next play we're going to go over is tight end corner out of the gun tight wide off formation. I snap the ball, and you can see that they are blitzing. They're bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And you can see because of the coverage, that slant route, wide open, hit him for a big gain and a huge run after the catch. The next play we're going to go over is tight end corner
Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Santa Clara. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. There wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Pat the street.
Eckler now between the tackles. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Shotgun now with Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown! That's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
130 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not, that's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
On first down, Purdy. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
McCaffrey following the penalty. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
The Niners at 11-2 now, and they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he will slide down with a good gain. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Here's Purdy.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25 on 2nd down, Purdy. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. These two teams all tied after 1.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Play action, now Purdy.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Danny Gray
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Niners go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here we go, set. Go.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
166 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Check, check.
Running on first down, Eckler. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Let's go
The
now.
first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On the run. one. He'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Up the middle with Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. And the tight end goes in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And who's got it? The defense does. They recover it in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the scoring opportunity turned away.
Credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
18 Cardinals.
Purdy from the gun. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Purdy. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Purdy looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Got it. Ready?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Okay,
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
ready.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line?
Oh, clock running as he's brought down, but now you can't spike it. It's 4th down.
Oh, look at this play call. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead on the final play of the first half.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it.
He's got a man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Able to find Gray here. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on second down, Purdy got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey,
35 yards.
And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
70 Ranger. Hey, let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Cut 19. Dragon 60. 19 tight. Check smash. 60 Maverick.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man, Parham. He's got him.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
On the ball, now. Go.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1.
Eckler. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Check.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Austin Eckler.
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
In motion goes the tight end. Throwing on second and 3. Purdy. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016. There's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The Niners at 11-2 now, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And even though it's the offense with the ball now, how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout. It's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle. An absolute masterpiece.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really wanted him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches, but it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
On the double. 79 Broncos. Hey,
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
60. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. In motion, the tight end.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 2nd and 10, Purdy complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the jump. 60 Bison.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 4th down try. Here's Purdy. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And able to get this out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And he'll send the tight end in motion. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st down, Purdy looking for, and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready!
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready, set! Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
In motion comes the tight end left.
60 Bobcats, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Cup 19, Cup 19. Dragon 60. Ready.
Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And look at this starting field position. That'll be touchdown inside the 30-yard line.
On the set.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Back to throw, Purdy. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On second down, McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and power it in with U.P.K. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle U.P.K. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here we go.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Hey, check that. Street.
It's Eckler again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Get it.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Ready up.
On 1st down, it's Purdy.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interception.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Now Purdy.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 43 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, 19 Lions.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Trap 60, trap 60. Buffalo 18.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
The point after is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Purdy looking to throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short, and now it's 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I've played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Bring a receiver in motion right.
Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He sets to fire deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself. So
the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Ready, break.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That good for 22 and a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point safely through. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. McCaffrey following the penalty. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Purdy now to throw.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
19, Tiger, 19, trap 60, trap 60. Reload, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. This one caught by Kittle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
McCaffrey fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So potentially a big turnaround brewing to begin this third quarter as this defense forces a much-needed turnover.
Yeah, this is a team starting to work in concert now, right? They went out and got a touchdown to start the second half, and now they get the football right back.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running on 1st down, Eckler.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 2nd down, Eckler.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 42 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
After now, between the tackles. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Ready.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Cougar 19. Chop alert.
Once more, here's Eckler. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 2nd and 9, Purdy. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete left side to Gray. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Able to find Gray here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On 1st down, Purdy.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
In motion goes the tight end.
7 Pirates.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Here we go.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out 1st downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
78 yards on the ground for Eckler here. That's a 1st down.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
19 tight. 60 Maverick.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Let's go now.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
19 right. Hustle.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
I love how they're tearing the pages out of the so-called book. I wish more teams would do this. Instead of laying back, bring pressure in this situation. Go after them a little bit.
Okay,
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
60.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they
Wow.
A try here for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Purdy with one final shot here. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by...
Let's fucking go!
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Cowboys, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.